We want our family to be proud of us, our friends to like us, our boss to value us, and strangers to respect us. At first glance, this seems normal. Humans are social beings, and wanting acceptance is natural. But when our happiness and decisions depend too much on what others think, we lose something important: our freedom. Detaching from others' approval means that your self-worth does not depend on external validation. You can listen to feedback, but you are not controlled by it. You respect other opinions, but you still follow your own path. Many people live under an invisible pressure. They choose careers to please their parents. They stay quiet to avoid criticism. They avoid trying new things because they fear judgment. They dress, speak, and act in ways they think will be accepted. Slowly, without noticing, they begin to build their lives around other people's expectations. The problem with seeking approval is that it never truly ends. No matter what you do, someone will disagree with you. One person may praise you while another criticizes you. If you try to satisfy everyone, you will eventually exhaust yourself. Think about public figures, artists, entrepreneurs, or creators. Even the most successful people in the world receive criticism. If they depended on everyone's approval, they would never create anything new. Progress often requires the courage to be misunderstood. Detaching from approval begins with understanding that people's opinions are shaped by their own experiences, fears, and beliefs. When someone criticizes you, it often says more about their perspective than about your value. Everyone views the world through their own lens. For example, imagine someone who loves stability advising you to avoid starting a business. They may believe they are helping you, but their advice is based on their comfort with security, not necessarily on what is best for you. If you let their fear control your decisions, you might abandon dreams that truly matter to you. Learning to detach from approval also means developing internal validation. Instead of constantly asking, "Do others like what I did?" you begin asking, "Did I act according to my values? Did I try my best? Did I learn something?" This shift is powerful because it moves the center of control from the outside world to your inner compass. Your motivation becomes growth, honesty, and purpose rather than praise. Another important step is becoming comfortable with disagreement. Many people avoid conflict because they want to be liked, but disagreement is a natural part of life. Different perspectives make conversations richer and help ideas evolve. When you stop fearing disagreement, you become more authentic. You can express your real thoughts instead of constantly filtering yourself to fit in. Ironically, authenticity often earns deeper respect than constant people-pleasing. Detaching from approval also protects your mental peace. When your mood depends on compliments or criticism, your emotions become unstable. A positive comment may lift you up, while a negative remark can ruin your day. This creates emotional dependence. But when your self-worth comes from within, external opinions lose their power over your emotional state. Praise feels nice, but it does not define you. Criticism can be considered calmly without shaking your confidence. Of course, this does not mean ignoring all feedback. Constructive criticism can help us improve. The key difference is that feedback becomes information rather than a measure of your worth. You listen, evaluate, and decide whether it is useful. Another benefit of detaching from approval is greater creativity. Many people suppress their ideas because they fear looking foolish, but innovation often begins with unusual ideas. When you stop worrying about judgment, you allow yourself to experiment, explore, and learn. This mindset also strengthens personal relationships. When you are not constantly seeking approval, your interactions become more genuine. You can appreciate others without needing their constant validation. Relationships become based on respect rather than dependence. Practicing detachment takes time. It begins with small steps. Notice when you are changing your behavior just to gain approval. Ask yourself whether that choice truly reflects your values. Over time, choose honesty over approval in small situations. You may also practice accepting criticism without reacting emotionally. Instead of immediately defending yourself, pause and reflect. Ask whether the feedback contains something useful. If it does, learn from it. If not, let it pass without carrying it in your mind. Another helpful practice is spending time alone with your thoughts. When you disconnect from social noise, you can hear your own voice more clearly. Reflection helps strengthen your inner guidance. Detaching from approval does not mean isolating yourself from others. It means interacting with people from a place of self-respect rather than dependency. You can care about others' opinions without letting them control your identity. Ultimately, the goal is freedom. When you no longer need constant approval, you become lighter. Your choices become clearer. Your confidence grows because it is built on self-trust rather than external praise. Life becomes simpler. You stop performing for an audience and start living according to your own values. And in a surprising way, when people see someone who is comfortable being themselves, they often respect them even more. If this message speaks to you, you can support the channel